Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Today's my guest is Mr. Satesh D. Patil, Honorable Minister for the State for Home, Urban, Housing, Transport, Information Technology, Parliament Affairs, and ex-serviceman welfare, Government of Maharashtra. He is also current Guardian Minister of Kolhapur District. Sir, welcome to ET Government.
Thank you very much. Nice to interact with you all.
During COVID and floods, technology has been adopted by the state governments, central governments effectively to deal with the situation. What has been Maharashtra's experience in using technology during the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic and current another issue is floods also, especially in first and second wave and floods? If you can just briefly explain.
It's 3 o'clock.
Firstly, I would like to thank etgovernment.com for this Digitech Conclave 21. And it's nice interacting with all the stakeholders in regarding to information technology. As we all know, we are in a digital era and internet penetration has increased to the masses. The use of digital technology and all the possibilities of helping in this pandemic and flood. State government of Maharashtra has come out with new ideas, new concepts and new technologies which can help people in real time in this pandemic. Because as we knew, the hospital bed management was a major issue. Then the availability of oxygen was a major issue. Then the availability of medicines like remdesivir and other medicines. So we could create dashboards in the respective municipal corporations, in the respective districts, wherein people could get easy access to information instead of they running around here and there. And I think that helped a lot and public in large while addressing their issues in this pandemic. As physical appearance or physical presence was restricted in this time, this certainly helped us to readdress the questions, readdress the problems raised by these people. Also, the migrant issue, which was a major issue in Mumbai. So in that time also, we could able to readdress the people in that issue and let people know that what trains are available, what time they could board the trains and how they would be able to be transferred or taken to their respective districts or respective states in this pandemic. And I think this pandemic had made us learn that the importance of digital technology or IT in lot many issues would be a breakthrough for people, I think. So the hospital management, I said, as the bed management could be done on this platforms in this pandemic era.
Most of the state governments are looking short-term goals to address the COVID and long-term goals to address the COVID related issues. What has been your plans to address in the long-term basis? I'm sure Maharashtra is looking at future-ready state to deal with any future crises like floods and maybe today, maybe COVID, something else tomorrow. How do you, what is your stand on that?
No, as we saw, the first wave had a panic created in people, but in the second wave, everybody was ready to handle it. Like contact tracing was a major issue. And that we could do with some algorithms and pinpoint the areas which surely need to be addressed, and tracing of possibility of COVID patients could be easily detected by the way of technology. And as we know now, as you said rightly, that the floods have also shown a lot many things. And in this floods, it's a digital technology. One and all in India, we could do a public address system in Kolhapur district. So this public address system, which we developed like a startup, one of the startups in Kolhapur could do it. It was like a GSM based public address system wherein the district administration to give messages to people in the respective villages. As we know, in the previous era, one used to go and tell everybody. There were announcements for people to evacuate. So we fitted this public address system in that respective villages, wherein the collector, the commissioner, the CEO, or the district superintendent of police, sitting in their office, they could send the message on GSM based public address system, wherein all these villages, 129 villages, we had fitted this public address system. At a given time, immediately the messages were given. And this public address system is like we had fitted some loudspeakers, public address speakers in the villages at a prime location where people could hear it out. So the administration working on the field, going to the house, that was a challenge. In that time, we could immediately send the messages to the people. And so this floods, we could see this technology helped us to evacuate people and also cattle field, which is very much important. Kolhapur district, which has more than 8 lakh cattle in the whole of the district. So we could evacuate this and tell people in advance that in the next 24 hours, the flood levels are going to increase to in this space. So I think both these pandemics have given opportunities. One pandemic and this flood situation has given certain opportunities for the digital technology to go to the masses.
Maharashtra and especially Mumbai being the hub of financial activity for the entire country, and Honorable Chief Minister of Maharashtra also supporter of the technology policies. And Maharashtra had thought of launching blockchain policy some time back to make e-governance more efficient across the state. What are your plans using the sandbox and blockchain policy, especially for the benefit of the state and its financial system and ecosystem and the people of the state? What are your thoughts on this, sir?
The Honorable Chief Minister is very much keen and proactive in seeking the newer technologies to be adopted at the state level also. So he's already started that most of the departments in the government of Maharashtra will be paperless in few months. So that initiative has been taken by Honorable Chief Minister Uddhavji Thackeray sir. And under his leadership, we have recently launched there was a national e-governance conclave in Mumbai. The National E-Governance Council was done by the central government and it was concluded in Mumbai. So that time we successfully launched Mahashrunkala, a blockchain sandbox. It's like a virtual space for all this and can be run very securely. So I think this will give an edge to the coming issues in this regard.
What are your top priorities for the current financial year, especially in technology subject and also e-governance, digital enabled state, if you can highlight?
No, as I said, blockchain technology is the major issue which we have already started. Mumbai being the financial capital of India and the world, probably, so we are coming out with a fintech policy, and we would like Mumbai to be the fintech capital of India. So we are working towards it. We had a fintech conclave to be held last year, but due to this pandemic, we couldn't go ahead with it. But we certainly look into this, that the financial aspect in this technology, how we could address it and see to that newer solutions in this ease of people connecting in financial services can be provided. So we look for a fintech capital, Mumbai to be made as a fintech capital. At the same time, drone policy, which the central government has adopted and come forward with lot many issues. As Mumbai being a financial capital and have always been what you call it, since the lot many issues have happened considering the law and order situations. Mumbai having an international airport, Mumbai having lot many national, international research centers like Baba Atomic and all these things. So we're looking forward to give some drone policy to the country in a large, which probably can be applicable and taken up by all the states in the future. Also, technology, I said, we have our own online portal which readdresses the issues raised by people in all the respective departments. Direct benefit transfer is a major flagship program of this Mahavikas Agadi Sarkar, that we are doing it, and we have achieved quite a good position in this DBT, where more than 30 lakh beneficiaries are distributed 7,071 crore rupees of grants, subsidies, others have been distributed through this DBT. At the same time, last year we could manage the Mahatma Jyotiba Phule farmers loan waiver scheme which we had implemented. So this was also implemented by the IT department without a hitch, and we could transfer, we could see all this happening because of the technology. So we look forward to take this state ahead in the IT sector. As our IT policy has expired, we are coming up with a new IT policy for the state of Maharashtra, wherein our priority will be for the two-tier cities. As we have seen in lot many cities, the major metro cities get the chunk of the IT industry. And there is a migration of people working in this industry coming to the larger cities. As we have seen, the metro cities population is increasing than the rural population or the two-tier cities. So now Honorable Chief Minister's focuses on developing these two-tier cities in the rest of Maharashtra. So we are coming with the IT policy. We are coming with a data center policy, which will enable people to come in these two-tier cities where they'll have lot many incentives in this regard if they establish in these two-tier cities. So in a whole, I would like to sum it up that Mumbai has always been a robust economy, and Maharashtra as a state has been always an industry-friendly oriented state for all these years. So IT has always been, IT companies has always been our priority. So we look forward to more interaction, more IT companies coming in Maharashtra and setting up their businesses here.
Any timelines in mind for the new policy? You have any checked out, any plan?
We have already almost finalized it. We had the NASSCOM is helping us in this regard. NASSCOM has given the inputs. Then the IT industry associations have given that inputs. So it's in the final stage. Probably in a month's time, we could unreveal it, the IT policy of Maharashtra.
Sir, one submission to you. Can you elaborate your paperless office initiative?
As I said now, that government, if you see, there's so much paper which gets transferred in the government. And if we have e-files and e-office implemented in all the departments, the ease of taking decisions will be very earlier. So now if the district has to send a file, it gets transferred, the file goes to Mumbai, then it takes its own sweet time to come back to the department. There are lot many steps in the department because it's a bureaucratic process where the file has to go to lot many people, and people have to have their own opinions on the file.
I know.
We feel that this time, if we can lessen this time and the decisions are made faster, it will help the public in large. Now already the file positions is available on the net. Anybody who logs in the online portal of State of Maharashtra, he can know where his application is, at what table it is, and how much time it is lying with that concerned person. So now we want all these files to be paperless. So we're looking forward for that.
So you mean to say from Mantralaya to up to district headquarters?
Yeah, Mantralaya to up to district headquarters, yes.
Mantriji, thank you very much talking to ET government and sharing your insights with us.
Thank you very much.